Western Oval for, well, amongst many games, the match of the round between Melbourne and Footscray, and if Geelong stumble against the Premiers Hawthorn at Cardinia Park, the winner here will go into the 5. And of course for Melbourne it would mean their first final appearance since 1964. And a huge crowd here just about shut the gates. This should be a fantastic contest. Steins in ruck. Fly hack out of the ground by Healy for Melbourne. Giving chase is Lovett. And he picks up and drives to half forward. There's two fights on in the centre of the ground as the marks taken up there drop. One umpire's in charge of the fights, the other in charge of the football. And a heap of feeling here because Melbourne, a club with such history, haven't made the final since they last played and won a premiership in 1964. Jackson takes the free, up towards full forward. And there is Andrew Purser, who perhaps should dominate the ruck, with O'Dwyer out suspended for the Demons, and Jim Steins, the Irishman, in ruck for Melbourne. 23 is Dean making a return. It's picked up there by Maloney. Up the ground, go Footscray. Cronin spins out of a tackle, drives it towards half forward. 2 against 2. Pumped down by Cousins. All Melbourne at ground level. Bailey up the ground, just over the centre. Thumped forward by Peter Baxter, who gets Lovett high, and Lovett will take the free kick and a 15-metre penalty.
A crude tackle by Baxter. When you mentioned players fighting behind play, Greg Healy and Tony McGuinness were 2 of the players, and they're all pumped up, these footballers. The ball goes to full forward for Melbourne. Kennedy, a stray handball. Lyon, left foot shot for goal, is the first score of the match, and it's a big goal for the Demons. What an atmosphere.
Oh, it's fantastic out here at the Western Oval today, especially with that big build-up with the 1954 Premiership side from Footscray. Their only Premiership year that was.
It's been a report, Bernie, on the wing. Hawkins, I think it is. It's been reported by the umpire on stretch.
Oh, what a time to get reported. Oh, gee. Yeah, there's plenty of feeling in this. Sharon, he's having his number taken. He was involved in a bit of a scuffle with Tony McGuinness, and they're not too happy with him either. Royals into it now.
Sharon did play at Footscray a few games last year. Just wonder whether there's some feeling that's come out of that, but I'd say all of these players are so keyed up.
Well, it is a finals atmosphere, and there's players with tagging roles. And obviously they do get a little bit carried away in a big match with a tense atmosphere. And unfortunately it's taking away from the spectacle of the game.
Just John Northey behind us there, Bernie. Looks as though he might be going down to the bench to perhaps the phone looks as though it might be out of order. He's got plenty of time.
Oh, well, it doesn't look like this is going to end very quickly. Things are getting worse.
Well, the boundary umpires, the field umpires, and the goal umpires right in amongst the middle of it. So if anybody does anything out of line, they'll certainly go in the book. And there's been one report already in the opening couple of minutes of the game.
The goal umpire speaking to Rick Kennedy. He's been having a bit of a tussle with Steve Turner. They're 2 very fiery customers. Now let's get back to the business of the match.
And there's John Northey, who's gone down to the dugout on the boundary line because, well, there must be a problem with the phone. And his coach's box is right alongside us up here in the grandstand. But it's taken him just a couple of minutes to finish up at boundary level. Well, this is like the finals a week early. I reckon they've closed the gates here at the Western Oval. They are jammed in like sardines. Terrific.
It certainly is. Purser gets the tap out. Wilson can't break clear. Steins tries a kick off the ground. Chance for the Demons at half-back. Free kick being paid. The ball will come back. 15-metre penalty against McGuinness because the umpire obviously considered that he had the opportunity to give the ball back to the Melbourne player. And it goes in the centre of the ground. Looks like Bailey. Todd Viney takes the ball and kicks it direct towards centre-half forward, and Rick Kennedy, strong as you like, comes out from full-back and takes the mark. He feeds it across to Brian Cordy. Cordy. Cordy's long kick towards half forward, and a great mark taken at centre half back by Sean White.
He had a great match last week against the West Coast Eagles. Took about 10 marks, and it's on again. Let's forget about that and watch the football.
Yeah, just two players marking each other, having a two-out duel. In the meantime, Jackson from Melbourne. Melbourne have kicked this goal into the breeze in the first quarter. Normally the breeze here at the Western Oval goes the other way, but it's going right to left today, so Melbourne's goal in the opening minute and a half, vital, into the breeze. Turner, number 41, replacing O'Dwyer. That'll be a free kick against Lyon. In the back, and the free kick goes to Wallace at half-back for Footscray.
Wallace kicks it long, 55 metres out to the wing, and a great mark taken out there by Spalding for the Demons. 15-metre penalty. Umpires looking to take complete control very early in the piece. We've only been going 5 minutes, and it's vital that both of these umpires get on top of the players. Spalding's kick towards half forward. Melbourne mark, not paid. Lyon, it was the player on the ground. A struggle there by Dean. He can't break clear, and the ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in some 55 metres around from the Melbourne goal.
And there's a Melbourne player badly hurt out there too. He's writhing around on the ground. It is Lyon.
Well, that's bad news for the Demons. Hurriedly, they get it out of the pack, up the centre half forward, and Peter Baxter takes the mark. Both brothers, Peter and Darren Baxter, playing today. Baxter out wide towards Wallace. The marks at half-back flank. Over the top to Royal. Wallace, his mate, goes past and gets it back. He's kicked well smothered, and the ball goes out of play.
That was Todd Viney that did that great smother.
Stretcher for Lyon. Well, Melbourne don't need that in the opening 4 minutes. Two players today out suspended.
Oh, this is a bad loss for Melbourne. Gary Lyon kicked that first goal for the Demons. And a very talented player up on that forward line. Here's the incident again where Lyon was hurt. It appeared to be the knee, but he's in serious trouble and in a lot of pain.
Here it is again. Lyon in front of the pack, going up for the mark. And Jackson twisting his leg into Lyon, and
his left knee, when it hit the ground, buckled.
A big blow to the Demons, and of course a big loss to Gary Lyon himself. He's had a good year, and they really need him firing up on that forward line.
The umpires have stopped the game, so there's going to be quite a hold-up here, as Lyon will have to be carried right across the ground. I don't think we'll see him back again today, and oh.
Stephen Newport's a player warming up on the bench. Will be taking Lyon's place. But this looks like, unfortunately, a pretty serious injury to Gary Lyon. So we're looking at a fairly long first quarter. There's been a big hold-up just before the game, just as the game started, with the little bit of fun and games in the centre. And now, of course, with Gary Lyon probably being carried off from the furthest point of the ground.
Well, that reduces Melbourne to 19 men in the opening 4 minutes. They're playing away, and it's pretty hard to win at Footscray. So is that more of an incentive to the Demons? And they don't need more of an incentive than Robbie Flower, who's playing, if they don't win today, playing his last game of league football.
He's in a lot of pain, unfortunately, Gary Lyon.
Sure, I've never seen a bloke go off the ground in so much pain.
Boundary throw in centre wing, outer side. Chance for Williams. Now Hawkins tackled when he didn't really have control of it by Greg Healy. Play goes on. Umpires decided on the bounce. Well, that was a bit of a weird one, because the ball did get into the clear. The Demons were away, but umpire Gavin Dorr decides on a bounce. Half forward flank for Footscray. Punch away by Cousins. Taken for Melbourne. Ball runs free. in towards the opposite half-forward flank. Peter Baxter, good hand pass over the top. And a beautiful kick by Foster. Magnificent kick by Foster. And the scores are level. 8 minutes into the first quarter, and the Footscray fans have erupted.
Yes, that was a magnificent kick by Peter Foster. It shows that there is a little bit of breeze there, because Foster's kicked that goal from a good 55 to 60 metres out, and it's made the goals very easily too. He's probably kicked that ball 70 metres, so the breeze is fairly strong down towards that Barclay Street end.
Peter Foster was the Bulldogs' best last weekend on the Gold Coast against the Brisbane Bears. Great game at centre half forward. This is stumped forward by Healy for Melbourne. Taken by Cronin. Ducks a high tackle. Back to half forward. Foster again. Well, he played for Fitzroy. He came to Footscray and he's played easily his best season of VFL football this year. Defender switched to attack. Beasley there. Kicked 10 last week. Chance for McPherson. Healy gets there first. Crash down they go. The umpires paid a free kick, but now played advantage as Melbourne get it out of defence. Bit of a fight on behind play. Hawkins gains possession, back at centre wing.
Maloney kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Demon defence under pressure, but umpire Dawes picked a free kick out of it. Play on, kick out by Lovett, out towards the wing, punch away by Purser. Here's a chance for Hawkins. He tries to flip over. Brian Cordy's there. Now McGuinness. Cordy goes after it again. The handball is loose. Lovett, assisted by Sharon. Sharon tackled well, and the ball goes out of bounds, but he was held by the leg, according to the umpire. No, there's a free kick back a little further, and it'll go to Lovett at half-back for the Demons. Royal tries to stop Lovett from getting away, and perhaps just gave Footscray the advantage because Lovett's kick fell short. Hawkins took the mark, kicks it across to the centre. Their captain, Kennedy, come up from full-back, kicks the ball long. Beasley, not marked, but free kick, and Beasley takes the ball 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and the Bulldogs a chance to kick their second goal.
Very good lead by Simon Beasley. And no doubt about the free kick, and now a 15-metre penalty. He will be having the shot for goal from about 30 metres out on a very slight angle, and it should not be too many problems for Simon Beasley.
Beasley's hooked that. Offline. Well, a very bad mistake early in the game because
that was a very easy shot for goal.
Well, it's the crunch 20 minutes, I would think, in a game like this. 1-1, plays one goal straight. Hughes kicks the ball in for the Demons.
Towards the outer side, McGuinness beaten to it by Lovett, who starred in the first quarter. Off to Viney, over the centre of the ground. Off the ground, forward by Yates, up towards short of half forward. Robbie Flower.
Relayed free kick.
Relayed free to go to Robbie Flower. He started on the half forward flank rather than the wing to Williams. McLean with him. Williams kept his balance well. Off to Turner. A left footer is sprayed out into the pocket, and the defensive mark is taken by Michael Ford, who kicks towards the outer side. Turner is there. Hands to it, but couldn't take the mark. Jackson went without it, picked up by Royal. Royal's kick up towards half forward to Foster. That comes to the back. Beautiful. Williams hooks it. Cousins there, and White, their opponents today, and Sean White covered ground well to get back there and defend and get the ball out of play.
Yes, he looked as though he was 5 or 6 metres away from Richard Cousins, but desperation, he pulled right down into that barrel and found something. And about 35 to 40 metres around from the Footscray goal, we've got a boundary throw in. Cousins gets the flip over the back. There's a chance for Bailey. Feeds the handball off to Lovett. Lovett through centre half back. Kicks to the wing on the members' side. Flower out positioned well. Eccleston, good recovery by the youngster playing against the veteran. And Eccleston's kick high to centre half forward. An unopposed mark taken for the Demons by Steins. He plays on, doesn't quite know what to do with it. Now he feeds it out wide. Viney's left foot kick to the wing. is knocked to Melbourne's advantage and lands in the hands of Purser. Purser off to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy quick to half-forward flank. Royal made good position. Opposition rover not good in defence. Royal to Beasley. Beasley marks, plays on and kicks a...
Oh, no.
The ball is still in play. Umpire is checking with the goal umpire, and perhaps a free kick has been paid. Back in the goal square, and it looks as though it's going to Simon Beasley.
There he is taking the mark. Now, I thought he was entitled to play on, unless it was after he kicked it. There's no doubt that he had every right to play on, and unless Danny Hughes dealt with him severely after he kicked that ball, then I think it should have been played on, but we didn't quite see the full replay of it. And you can thank his lucky stars, I think, Simon Beasley, because that would have been a disastrous miss.
Beasley, severe angle, kicks the screw kick and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Well, the Demon supporters are obviously screaming, justice prevails.
Oh, Simon, gee, after 10 goals last week, you can't find the target at all.
Mark taken by Sharon after the kick-in. Everything hanging on this game, and hasn't it started like it? Foster, almost. Kick forward by Steins, back into the pack. Finishes up with Wilson, off to Jackson, up towards half-forward. Kennedy there with Turner, and the Footscray skipper wins, but kicks it straight to the opposition to Dean. Wide open forward line. Williams leads, fumbles the bouncing ball, comes back to it. Well played, son. Jackson kept going, but the ball, I think, will beat him out of bounds in the forward pocket. Good stuff.
Yeah, good desperate stuff there by Maloney too, Drew. Jackson just took it a little easy. Perhaps he did think the ball was going out of bounds, but we've got a throw in. Only 15 or 20 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Purser gets it down to Royal. Royal's high ball, close to the line, must have bounced only centimetres inside, and now it goes over, and we've got a boundary throw in now, about 55 metres out from Melbourne's goal, and Footscray can breathe a little easier. 1-1 the Bulldogs. Melbourne 1 goal straight. And the windsock perhaps just indicating that the wind blowing slightly in Footscray's favour in the first quarter. Turner gets the ball out. Chance for Newport. Now Purser. Composure. Cronin onto Wallace. Wallace at half-back. Kicks it over the wing. Up towards half-forward. Demon strong in defence now. Chance for Stretch. Breaks through. Brilliant play by Stretch. Kicks the Demons into attack. Up towards between full forward and centre half forward. Demons at ground level. Newport can't control it. Ball at centre half forward for Melbourne. Holding the ball, says umpire Saws. And the free kick will go to Footscray. And it's magic. Michael McLean to take it.
McLean towards the outer side. Hawkins wing. Takes the chest mark, Doug Hawkins. Off to Royal. Royal passes towards Beasley and Williams. Beasley crashed down by his opponent, but Williams, the former Geelong and Richmond player, takes the mark 40 metres from goal in front.
And that was a very courageous mark too, Shane Williams. He backed back. He knew that Simon Beasley and Danny Hughes were bearing down on him, and he kept his eyes on the ball and took a very strong mark.
Footscray looking to build up a bit of a lead with the breeze at quarter time. Williams has done the job, and they lead by 7 points in a low-scoring first quarter. We've been playing nearly 18 minutes, and Footscray 2-1 lead Melbourne 1 goal.
Yes, and it's been very tense football here at the Western Oval. Footscray did run that ball well out of the back line, and there's Dougie Hawkins, a very creative player. Handball, very quick handball over to Royal. And he was looking for Simon Beasley, but I think Williams did the right thing, chipped in front, and an excellent mark.
Isn't Hawkins creative?
Oh.
Footscray by 7 points. Purser gets the tap out through Royal. Wilson, great play by Brian Wilson. His kick is a little too wide. Jackson, good pressure by Maloney. Royal in there, a flip over. Healy onto Stretch. Stretch in short and finds Dean half-forward flank, 70 metres from the Demons' goal. Dean wheels around, kicks the ball long, up towards full forward. Nearly a mark, play on. The umpire calls. Chance now for Turner. He can't break clear of the Footscray defence. And the ball only a matter of 25 metres out of directly in front of the Melbourne goal. Umpire Dorr will bounce. Big, strong-looking Steve Turner in the background there. Purser gets the tap out. Greg Healy, now chance for Cronin. Quick kick out of defence. Chance now for Brian Cordy. Royal running everywhere. Tremendous play by the little Footscray Rover. Right from the start, he's kicked towards the wing. Now there's a chance for Williams, who's done well. Kicked the last goal. Swings around onto the left foot. Kicks it towards centre half forward. No mark. Lovett flips it over. Nice football by Lovett. Steins. Now a chance for White. He flips it back. Good play. And the Demons out of trouble as Sharon kicks the ball to the wing on the members' side. The bounce is unfavourable for Yates. It goes back to Peter Baxter. Peter Baxter in short. Looking for his forward. And he's taken it. Steve McPherson. Only 40 metres out, not even 40, 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And a little bit of good fortune back on centre wing for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's a very favourable bounce, that one for Baxter. But, he made the most of it with perfect delivery to McPherson.
McPherson kicks for goal. It's coming around, but not enough. And through for a behind. It's Footscray's second, and they lead by 8 points.
And it should be much more because a couple of shots Beasley's had, and that shot from McPherson were fairly easy.
Kick in by Hughes. Baxter and stretch. Comes to the back to Yates. Good gather. A high bouncing ball. Half-back flank. Up towards centre wing. Over the head of Viney. Oh, overrun by Sharon. Hawkins has switched to the opposite wing. Picked up by Cordy. McGuinness. Wallace. Cordy. Great stuff, Footscray. Cousins. Look at that. McGuinness. Sensational football by the Bulldogs.
Oh. It's a free kick.
Oh, there's an illegal shepherd behind play, just as Royal was getting himself clear to either kick a goal himself or set one up. And it's a Melbourne free back to Yates, which spoils nearly the best footy I've seen all year.
The umpire saw it as an illegal shepherd. I didn't think there was much in it myself. Scored a beautiful passage of football by the Footscray side.
Yeah, looking at the replay, Yates bopped Peter Baxter in the face. The ball at half forward now for Melbourne. Healy, a tap on. Good punch away by Rick Kennedy, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in at half forward for Melbourne.
Anyone who wants to limit it to 3 handballs wants to have a look at that passage of play.
Spectacular, wasn't it, Bernie? Play goes on now. Free kick being picked out of it by umpire Dorr. And it'll go to Footscray. And it looks as though it may go back to young Eccleston. No, Purser to take the free kick. 15-metre penalty. There's been quite a few of those in the first 20 minutes of this match. And Purser kicks the Bulldogs into attack.
Up towards half forward. Foster gets it away from his opponent, Spalding. Cousins inboard. Wilson intercepts. The 82 Brownlow medalist. Oh, that wasn't good. And the Footscray fans gave him plenty.
Yes, it's not pleasant coming back here after you've left Footscray, I can tell you that.
You've both done it. Oh, well.
That's right.
Punch away. Good punch away by Sean White towards the wing. Maybe Newport was interfered with. Wallace gets the handball away. Flip on by Steins. Newport's quick kick under pressure is fairly effective because it gathers 45 metres for the Demons and goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in at half forward for Melbourne, members' side.
Robbie Flowers hardly had a touch yet. He's playing on Greg Eccleston. Eccleston in his second season. Robbie Flower, his 15th. 23 games, playing 271. A kid against a veteran. Well played by Bailey. Hooking. Oh, what a mark! A one-armer by Dean just outside the 50. Fantastic.
Very difficult mark to take, that one. Diving forward, managed to control it with the one hand.
A booming kick, and it's home! What a way to cap off the mark of the match to date by the goal of the match. And Melbourne have kicked 2 into the breeze and trail by just 2 points.
He's got plenty of talent, this Warren Dean. Plays either on the wing or the half-forward flank. And he's exceptionally tall. He's about 6'3". Only very slight, but plenty of ability.
Oh, what an incredible kick. It makes you wonder whether the breeze is having any real effect.
There's that mark again, and how he held on to that is beyond me.
Footscray about to come forward from the centre bounce. Royal. Good interception by Lovett. Strong play. Overruns it. Footscray forwards under pressure. McPherson. White out of defence. Bailey's quick kick from a standing start. Goes to the wing. Good punch away. Up towards centre half forward. Royal's a chance. Free kick being picked out of it. And it'll go back to the centre. And Greg Healy is the recipient for the Demons.
He goes across to Bailey. Kick by Bailey to half forward. Flower with Eccleston there. Comes to Hawkins. Threads out the hand pass to Cordy, who's been a brilliant halfback flanker. Over to Cronin. Cronin's kick up towards centre half forward. Beasley in the thick of things. Front of the pack. Comes to the front. He can't mark. Sean White, the Scotsman who was recruited to Australian football from Gaelic football in Ireland. Colin on the ground. Socket forward by Jackson. Goes to Wilson. Didn't have it. Yes, the umpire said he did. He put it down to try and bounce around his opponent. Caught in possession by Steve Wallace.
And doesn't the crowd love that decision out here at the Western Oval?
Ball at centre half forward for Footscray. Repelled by Spalding. Takes one bounce and now kicks a wobbly looking drop punt kick towards half forward, and a good mark taken by young Eccleston. Very composed, feeds it off to McLean. McLean over the top, looping hand pass, finds Maloney. Maloney runs through centre wing and kicks it long, 60 metres, up towards half forward, and the good mark's been taken by Williams. Was he out of bounds? No. Plays on, through half forward flank, and a beautiful kick by Williams, and he finds Colin in front of goal, only 30 metres out. And here's a nice little test for a young player.
Yes, well, he's directly in front. There's a magnificent kick by Williams. Sean White there made the mistake of leaving him and expecting Williams to kick long.
Playing only his third game. He's made no mistake. But what a magnificent kick by Williams, a centering kick. And Footscray's third goal on the board through Colin. They lead by 8 points.
And not a bad contest out here at the Western Oval, as we expected. Neither side's really able to get on top. Very tense, finals-type atmosphere. And there's Shane Williams. He played very well up in Carrara last week. And look at that, just had that last-minute glance. Saw Colin Newt by himself and delivered it perfectly.
20 plays 12 with Footscray in front. It'll be a longish quarter, even though there have only been 5 goals kicked. Hawkins tried to weave through them, but went without it. Kicks the ball off the ground, went prone on the ground. Wilson, too high for Bailey. Bailey paddles through his legs. Taken by Cordy, who's starring. Wallace. Beautiful pass to McPherson. Second grab, good mark. 2 kicks to goal from there. Goes in short. Colin in front. Oh, good mark. Not paid. White, his opponent, thumps it away. Taken by Maloney. Goes on to Wallace. Wallace centering to Beasley or Foster. Hughes in front. And Wilson there to help him. And Wilson across the half-back line. A great little pass to Yates.
Yates with no one really to kick it to. Close to the boundary line. Oh, good mark by Flower. Eccleston has not given him 5 centimetres. Flower takes the mark on centre wing, kicks the ball towards half forward, high over the top, a good mark taken for the Demons by Newport. Demons doing well. They've kicked 2 goals into what we feel could be a slight breeze. Up towards full forward. Healy doing the roving. Good interception there by Cronin. Kennedy well tackled. Gets the handball away. Brian Cordy coming up for about 8 possessions in the first quarter. Kicks it out to half-back. The mark taken by Eccleston. Over the top, Williams. The Footscray boys are on the move again. Williams left foot kick towards centre half forward. Melbourne in the van. At the back, Foster. Throws the ball away. Play on, says umpire Saws. Demons with the numbers at ground level. And a quick kick out of it by Steins. Finds Viney. Viney over the top finds Newport. Newport on centre wing. Not a bad kick by Newport because he's placed it just in the middle. Greg Healy takes the mark and plays on. Kicks it towards full forward. Williams, good opposition by Footscray defence. Fashionable play by Ford. The ball at centre half forward. Footscray will come clear. Ford's quick kick lands in the hands of Dean.
And now Warren Dean just forward of centre wing. His kick up inside half forward. Williams there for Melbourne. At the back, Turner. Steins it is. Jim Steins.
He used his body very well to take that mark. He's a big boy, Jimmy Steins.
It was Melbourne's international recruiting which got Steins and White into Demon colours. They might nearly inspire them into the finals for the first time for Yonks. And what a great kick by Jim Steins. Melbourne get back to within 2 points, and it's 3 goals into the slight breeze in the first quarter, and 3 goals which could be vital.
Here he is, uses his body very well. Just a little nudge and put Kennedy right off balance, but that's the difference between the two sides at the moment. Melbourne have made the most of their opportunities in front of goal, and Footscray have missed about 2 or 3 very easy shots.
Back in the centre, good tap out by Turner, not really to the Demons' advantage. McGuinness with his first touch, right foot kick towards half forward. McPherson, good opposition by Lovett. Ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in between wing and half forward. The sad news for Demons, the administration, the whole club and the supporters, Gary Lyon has broken his leg in the first 6 minutes of the big game here at the Western Oval. He's been taken to Avenue Hospital, and what a bad blow for the Demons. The ball at half forward for Footscray. Royal, left foot shot for goal. Can it bounce through? McPherson kicks it through anyway.
Don't worry about it now. You've got the goal. And that'll be shocking to give it away, but it is Royal who's been in everything in the first quarter.
Great quarter.
I thought McPherson may have been able to take that mark originally, but he did the right thing. Oh, Danny Hughes made sure he earned it.
Tough as old boots, this guy, 27.
So once again, Footscray skip away to an 8-point lead. We've played about 32 minutes, but it will be a long quarter. Thumped out by Healy. Goes to McGuinness. Kick touched off the boot. Wide to the wing. Wallace. Will he get there before it goes out? Oh, beautiful. But in fact, he gave it away to Stretch. Stretch back to Newport. Up short of half forward. Oh, courageous mark by Sharon in the same direction as the ball.
John Northey's a big rat for Sharon. He gives the hand pass to Greg Healy. Greg Healy finds Wilson on his own in the pocket. Shocking kick in front of Williams. Williams round to the left foot, gives it back to Wilson. Wilson's shot for goal. Close. Flower. Oh, good smothering. Dean. Melbourne kick a goal through Dean. Well, they had a few chances, but eventually they got there. Second goal to Warren Dean, and the Demons fight back, and what a game.
Tremendous game out here. Good play by Brian Wilson. There's a kick. Robbie Flower looked a certainty to kick this goal, but look at that smother by Rick Kennedy. Fell into the hands of Warren Dean, and he's a very good snap at goal. Kicking his second. And Footscray now lead by 2 points at the 34-minute mark.
Well, maybe we shouldn't even be talking about the breeze. Probably the lightest breeze I've ever seen at the Western Oval. And Melbourne certainly have kicked 4 goals into what looks like the breeze. Free kick in the middle. Royal has been sensational. Ian McGuinness are vying for the leading kick winners in the competition for the season. Royal started just behind, but he'd be well in front. Up to quarter time. Hawkins back to Royal. Up towards Beasley. Didn't go up for it. Beasley a chance. Viney fumbles. Footscray still on the forward line. Viney again. Ball knocked out of his arms. What a contest by 36 players here. That ball's gone out. It'll be a throw-in.
He made sure it went out, didn't he, Spalding? Went for the safety of the boundary line.
Only 55 metres out. McGuinness a chance, dispossessed. A battle for possession of the football. Umpire Dawes picked out a free kick. Well, I couldn't quite see that.
And I couldn't either, Robbo, so it's going to Peter Foster anyway.
Judging on Foster's goal earlier in the quarter, he'd have to be a chance to kick this.
Yeah,
He'll need 55 metres.
That's right, and he kicked a good 60 metres earlier.
as though it's been punched away by the Demon defence. Right on the line it has. No score. And at quarter time, in a very, very entertaining 25 or 30 minutes, in an important clash, Footscray lead by 2 points. The Bulldogs 4-2-26. Melbourne 4 goals straight 24. Goal kickers for Footscray, one each to Shane Williams, Steve McPherson, Foster and Collineu. And for Melbourne, 2 goals to Warren Dean and one each to Lyon, who has broken his leg, unfortunately, for the Demons. And the other goal kicker for Melbourne was Jim Steins.
Nothing's tougher than hard yakka.
This cordless driver drill has the power of super-fast 1-hour charging. The power of 4 torque settings for screw-driving softwood, hardwood, metal. The power of 2 speeds forward and reverse. And full torque for tough drilling. The Ryobi cordless driver drills. Ryobi, the power is in your hands.
The best Australia-wide spare parts service for all trucks is Truckline Spares. They have a full online computer link-up with every outlet in New South Wales to ensure spare parts backup for all trucks. Truckline Spares specialise in heavy-duty parts and have a range of exchange units including diffs, clutches and gearboxes. All Truckline exchange units are covered by their nationwide guarantee. That's guaranteed backup anywhere in Australia. Truckline Spares, conveniently located in Urana Street, Wagga.
To be a decathlon champion, you need to be versatile and very good. Similarly, the NEC Hi-Fi Stereo VCR offers all the top performance features, such as full-function remote control, clear picture freeze frame, superb hi-fi stereo, and on-screen displays. The NEC Hi-Fi Stereo VCR, above the rest by a long, long way. It's another top performer from NEC.
Catherine's Aunt Charlotte pays a visit tonight on Webster.
This is my famous Aunt Charlotte.
A black belt in karate?
And Webster plays Cupid.
Papa, are you in love right now?
Not necessarily. Why?
Nothing. Oh, Papa, bring a cigar. And don't forget to shave.
There's romance in Webster tonight at 7:30.
Welcome back to the VFL Sports Centre, and at half-time today, we check on the news of the week and we talk to a VFL star who had to choose between football and tennis. Welcome back at quarter time in the match between the Bulldogs and the Demons. 2 points the margin in favour of Footscray. 4-2-26 to 4 straight goals for Melbourne. 24. Warren Dean, the only multiple goal kicker for Melbourne. He has kicked 2 goals in the opening term. Pretty undisciplined opening term, Barry.
I just can't believe some of those players, honestly. I mean, if they didn't learn their lesson last week, the Melbourne players, and it doesn't look as though they have, and if they win today, some of them are going to miss out on playing next week. I mean, it's just totally undisciplined football, and they should be dragged off the ground as far as I'm concerned.
Well, of course, they're a bit short of dragger offers now, seeing they've lost Gary Lyon, which is going to be an expensive loss for them.
Yeah, it was a tragedy for Gary, because he is a good player and a focal point for their forward line, and it didn't look too good when he went off the ground, and it's been confirmed that he has broken his leg.
Well, let's take a look at the statistics at this stage of the day, and it's a pretty tight match, so there's probably not going to be a lot in them, but handballs are certainly interesting.
Yeah, I think Footscray are probably using the ball a little bit better. We commented during the quarter there that Melbourne's disposal lacked penetration all over the ground, so a big factor there.
Well, there's the scores around the place at the moment. Sydney off to a flying start, which will no doubt make the Sydney fans happy. 2 points the margin in the other 3 games being played this afternoon. So certainly an interesting stage. It's really going to go right down to the wire, this round 22, the final round of home and away matches in the VFL season of 1987. Let's take you back now to the Western Oval and our commentators to pick up on play in the second term.
Western Oval, where the Bulldogs hold sway by just 2 points in a scintillating first quarter. 4-2 to 4 straight. Melbourne, if anything, the slight breeze. Hawkins goes backwards. Dean, well played. He's taken it backwards. Shrugs off Purser, up towards half forward. Flower trying to nudge out an opponent. Goes to Williams, wide now to Yates. 55 metres out, hooks back. Chance for Melbourne. Spoiled by Kennedy, which is well played. It goes to McLean. Little danger here. That'll be a free kick to Williams, who took one high. And David Williams on about the 50-metre line. And the breeze will be a help from there, not only behind him, but slightly right to left.
He made it look worse than it was. He got up pretty quick.
His kick for goal goes with the breeze and goes out of bounds on the full.
Yes, you're right, Robbo. Once he heard that whistle, he jumped up to his feet very quickly.
Defenders are supposed to make it hard for forwards, and that's exactly what Peter Baxter did. The kick by Kennedy towards half-back. High ball, punched away. Flower didn't have it, but play on, says the umpire. Wallace, battling hard for the Bulldogs at half-back. Can't control it, and we'll have a throw-in. 70 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Footscray got a bit of a battle on their hands because Melbourne definitely kicking to the scoring end. Now it comes clear. Wallace, can he break clear? Now he gets the handball wide. Brian Cordy over the top. McGuinness forced to kick with the right foot. Keeps the ball in play well. Bailey punches it away from Foster, and we'll have a boundary throw in on centre wing just in front of the Melbourne players' race. Footscray leading by 2 points.
Foster in ruck against Steins. Comes to Royal, who had 9 kicks, 2 hand passes in the first term. Can't get another one here. Wilson just goes blindly, gains about 10 or 15 metres, and the ball goes out of play. This time Purser's there to do battle with Jim Steins. Steins works his way to the front. Purser takes clean possession, but gave away the free kick according to the umpire, and the free kick goes to Irish.
It's pretty tough, that one.
Steins tries the big torpedo, doesn't quite get onto it, but it gathers about 65 metres up into the forward pocket area, and we'll have a boundary throw in 15 or 20 metres around from the Melbourne goal. Footscray 4-2, Melbourne 4 goals straight. No score added to the quarter time scores. Purser held when he really anywhere near the football, and Purser will take the free kick for Footscray in the back pocket, looking for someone to handball it off to. But he looks now as though, well, he does, off to McLean. McLean at full back with pace, runs through centre half back, second bounce. He's running away from Turner. Turner's just about given up the ghost because McLean's quick up towards centre half forward. Unfortunately for Footscray, the Melbourne defence standing firm, and it's Lovett. Lovett, wide hand pass, stretch, all on his own. Steadies, kicks the ball long to centre half forward. No mark, punched away. Chance for Hawkins. Now he goes back and kicks it off the ground. It's in the centre of the field. Sharon onto the running Bailey. Bailey at centre half forward. Might just have a ping with a long drop punt up to the forward pocket area. High flyers wanted Eccleston. Keep it in. No, he doesn't. It rushes through for a behind to Melbourne. And the first score of the second quarter comes up after 3 minutes. It's a rush behind to Melbourne.
Yes, it's not very easy to kick goals out there today. This finals like pressure that's being applied.
Trouble for Hawkins near the boundary line, outnumbered 2-1, stretched beautifully to Turner, and then Turner kicked out on the full. Well, he let down the great work of Stephen Stretch. Hawkins will take the free kick. I was looking forward to the battle of Hawkins and Flower on the wing, but Robbie Flower's at half forward on Eccleston. Doug Hawkins takes the kick, short of the wing. Big pack comes to the back. Wallace has played an excellent game with Royal. Collinghute, good lead, good mark. And he's giving White a few problems. Collinghute, little short kick over the top. Wallace had kept going, and he has covered more ground than Burke and Wills. Now to Royal, but he leaves it for Beasley, who marks just outside 50. Very difficult to score from over there.
Yes, I think he may be even struggling to make the distance from there. He'll be kicking from about 55 metres out. And there is a slight breeze against Simon Beasley.
Yet to register his first goal. He puts it very high. The breeze takes hold of it, holds it up. Thumped out by Steins. Beautifully to Yates.
Yates, good kick by Yates because he had no one to deliver it to, and he's found touch some 45 metres closer to the Melbourne goal, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Well out of the danger area for the Demons. Footscray lead by 1 point. Very important game for both sides. Cronin's quick kick towards the forward pocket area. Beasley out in front. Looping handball. Oh, good chance now. It's a goal by McPherson. No, it's not. He's missed. Well, it looked like a goal from here, but the goal umpire has signalled that it's Footscray's third behind on the scoreboard. 4-3 plays 4-1, and strong play by Steve McPherson. Kick in by Danny Hughes. Covers 70 metres. Out towards half-back. Goes through all players. Chance there for Lovett. Well tackled by Wallace. Could be holding the ball. It is. And Wallace will take the free kick. Play on. Foster. Advantage free kick paid. Foster to centre half forward. Sharon against Cronin. The ball runs free now. There's a chance there for Williams. He can't quite get it out to McPherson. The ball goes back towards Melbourne's goal. Healy there. No one can break clear. Surely the umpire will bounce now. Right on the 50-metre line in Footscray's scoring zone. Both sides desperate.
This game is for a place in the 5 if Geelong lose to Hawthorn at Cardinia Park. And at quarter time down there, the Hawks were 2-13 to 2-6. So the Cats not without a chance due to Hawthorn's bad kicking in the first quarter. You must have seen something different. 3-2, is it?
A slight variation.
Beg your pardon.
Ball to half-back for Melbourne. Chance now for Footscray. Wallace. Gee, he's unobtrusive, but he keeps on getting the football, Steve Wallace.
He's always where the ball is, Steve Wallace. He's got a happy knack of always being there.
Well, he doesn't get too many plaudits as one of the superstars of the game, but gee, knocks up getting the football. A bounce between wing and centre half forward. Chance for Wilson. He's well tackled. Could be holding it. Yes, it is.
Good decision. Good decision.
14th possession for Steve Wallace. 15 metres against Wilson. And the frustration's showing already.
Brian was waiting for the free kick. He played for it, but a very good tackle from the Footscray player.
Oh, brilliant pass by Wallace finds Beasley. And Beasley only 45 metres out, directly in front. And we saw in the first quarter Warren Dean kick a goal from perhaps just a little further out than where Beasley will kick from. Comes close to the man on the mark, and that might just have put him off enough. It has. And the fourth behind on the scoreboard for Footscray. Footscray 4-4-28. Lead Melbourne 4-1-25. And the Demons, the only addition to their quarter-time score in 8 minutes has been a rush behind.
It's 2 behinds and 1 miss from Simon Beasley. He's had plenty of the ball this afternoon, but he just cannot find the scoring area.
Danny Hughes kicks in. Gains about 70 metres. Helped up by White. Dumped forward by Baxter. Beautiful. In the direction of Williams. On to McGuinness. What a great goal.
Yes, and that came from the knock-on from Peter Baxter. A beautiful knock-on. Set the play up. Over to Shane Williams. There's a knock-on from Baxter. Shane Williams is providing plenty of life on the forward line. And there's a beautiful running goal to Tony McGuinness.
Great finisher, McGuinness, isn't he?
Oh, he's got plenty of skills, McGuinness. He's had a great year. They're even saying he could be a big chance for the Brownlow out here.
Well, there's a few players in this Footscray side that would get votes during this year. Bounce back in the centre. Chance for Hawkins. Creative again. Over to Cronin. Cronin on the left foot. Kicks into the forward pocket. Beasley just a little bit too far. Lovett to tidy up for the Demons. Out towards half-back. The Demons, it just could be a crucial 10 or 15 minutes for them. Stretch at half-back. Can they score out of this? His kick is a long one. Good punch away by Ford. Back into the centre, Maloney. Good play by the youngster. Up towards centre half forward, the mark taken by White for Melbourne.
And he was legged, allowed to go on with things with a charging run. The former soccer player, the former Gaelic footballer. Great stuff. Yates back to White, who kept going. Look at that hand pass. That's a thing he's never done before until about 4 years ago. But Newport spoiled it with a wild blaze at goal. He hooked it for a behind.
Yes, it's amazing that Sean White's been able to pick up the skills of this game so quickly. As we saw with a magnificent left-hand handball that found Newport.
Bailey off, Coop on, and we're 10 minutes into the second quarter. The kick-in goes to half-back. Hawkins there. Who can he give it to? Always looking to create, Dougie Hawkins. Left foot kick towards the wing, and the mark's been taken by Foster, who's been forced to come a long way down from centre-half forward to get that ball. He's kicked towards half-forward, a little too high. Punch away by the Demon defence. Now Sharon there to clean up for Melbourne. He's high ball up towards half-forward. No mark taken. Punched away by Hawkins and Brian Cordy from Dean. And we'll have a throw in between wing and half-forward as the Demon supporters get a little excited in the outer. 8 points the difference. Footscray lead, 5-4 to 4-2.
Atmosphere like a final. Free kick to Brian Royal. He takes it quickly. Up to Foster. Thump down Maloney. Well played, Troy Maloney, near the boundary line. Not great distance with his left footer. Past Collinuk it goes. McPherson there. Collinuk back in for it. The hand pass missed Maloney, who'd kept going. Under pressure, so's everyone in this game. And holding the ball, Melbourne's free. Stevens stretch, a champion halfback.
Well, inexperience all over the place between Maloney and Collinuk there, and Stretch for the Demons. Kicks the ball 50 metres plus, but there's the big fellow, Purser. Gets the handball away. Wallace again. Kick towards centre-half forward. Beasley come a long way out from goal. White there for the Demons. Feeds the handball off. Chance for Lovett. Lovett kicks towards the wing. Great punch away by Baxter. Doing well in defensive roles. Newport slips over at the crucial stage. Gets the handball off to White. Super tackle by McPherson. Yates, the Demon defence under lots of pressure from Footscray forwards. And Mickey Moldhouse would be proud of his boys up in the forward line.
Tremendous pressure by the Footscray forwards. They really kept that ball in there very well, and that's a big part of the game nowadays. They've got to put a lot of pressure on the defenders and not let them get it down into the forward line quickly to give their forwards a chance.
Tap out goes to Jackson, and Newport takes an excellent mark in between halfback and centre wing. 8 points the difference, Footscray in front, and we've been playing about 12 minutes in the second quarter. Eccleston drops a mark, but he's hardly given Robbie Flower a sniff. Here's Jackson, and the ball goes out of bounds. Looks like Bailey's about to come back on for Melbourne. Robbie Flowers had 2 kicks. And Bailey, number 24, right there. It comes to Wilson. He breaks away with little pressure this time. Great pass to Williams. Oh, it drops a bit short, and Hawkins doubling back into defence. Excellent overhead mark.
Oh, what a hero.
I've noticed he does that a lot. Even when I was playing, he always used to find his way into that forward area and cut off the leads.
On to Purser, on to Baxter. The ball at centre-half forward for Footscray. Demon defence under pressure. White, looping handball, puts Lovett under pressure. The ball goes wide. Viney, off to Coop. Coop to Stretch. Stretch to Dasher. Great kick by Stretch, finds Williams. Sensational football at the Western Oval. 1 minute by Footscray and the next minute by the Demons. 45 metres out. David Williams has his chance to kick Melbourne's 5th goal, and perhaps they just may need this. Offline shocker by Williams, out of bounds on the full, and a free kick to the Bulldogs.
Well, we saw him last week against the West Coast Eagles. He got plenty of the ball, but his kicking for goal really let him down, and on that occasion the same thing happened.
He's kicked 2 out of bounds on the full today. Steve Turner went off the ground, replaced by Bailey. Up towards half forward for Footscray. Williams. Oh, what a tackle. Stopped him in his tracks, Coop. But he doesn't get a free kick for that tackle. The ball's out of play. It'll be a throw-in. Look at this tackle.
Yes, I think he may have just been over the line before the tackle was applied.
Boundary throw in, defensive side of centre. Good punch away by Demons. There's a chance now for Royal. He's knocked up getting the football. Up towards half forward. Unfortunately for Footscray, slightly astray and over the line for a free kick. And it'll be taken by Sharon at half-back for Melbourne. Few players in this match have played with other sides. Sharon, Coop, played at Footscray. Now it's at half-forward. Chance for Coop. Comes short. Looking for Williams. He leads well. Gives the handball off. It's a stray. Kennedy. Can he keep it in? Now he gets the handball wide. Maloney doing well for the Bulldogs in the back pocket. Puts it out. Yes, it's been free kick. It looked fairly obvious from here.
Yes, there's no doubt about his intentions. He went straight for that boundary line.
Short pass has found Jackson inside 50 metres. But a very difficult place. There's been a report. Kennedy reported. I would say it'd have to be for abusing the umpire, wouldn't it, over that free kick being given against Maloney?
Well, I didn't see anything else. Any other reason why he would have been reported?
No opposition numbers have been taken.
No.
Jackson with the football, 45 metres out. Shoots for goal for Melbourne, in front of the square. Rush of players. And umpire saws will bounce. Well, Rick gives you the impression at times that he gets a bit vocal out there on the field.
Yeah, he's got plenty to say, Rick, when you're playing on him.
Purser tries to rush this one through, but hasn't got it there yet. And this will be another ball up in the square. Don't you have different rights as a captain, though? Aren't you allowed to at least ask what's going on?
Well, it depends how you ask, I suppose, Drew.
Chance here for the Demons. They need it. Purser tries to rush it through again. Coop can't get it through the pack. And Wallace is the one who forces it over the boundary line. But there's a free kick to Footscray, and it'll go to Steve Wallace, who's been a sensational player.
They're doing well at this stage in the second quarter, Footscray.
Hasn't reached half-back yet. Flower can't get boot to ball. The hand pass is threaded out looking for Royal, but it misses him out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yes, the curly-headed duo, Wallace and Royal, have been the instigators of the Footscray performance so far. And here he is again, Royal. Good smothering tactics by Melbourne. Maloney out to Brian Cordy. Brian Cordy high towards half-back. Flower can't mark. Chance for Greg Healy. Oh, good mark for Melbourne. Is it Dean?
Dean it is. A great mark.
Tremendous mark. 40 metres out. It's his 5th for the match so far. Good hands.
That's where his height really helped him out there too, over the top of Brian Royal.
Past the 15-minute mark. And Melbourne still have not kicked a goal in the second quarter.
He took that one a little bit easily, Warren Dean.
And Footscray have only kicked one for the term as well, so we've been playing about 18 minutes for one goal. McLean kicks in. Thumped up the ground by Purser. It's taken by Stretch, but he loses it to Kennedy. Great play, Kennedy. Off to Cronin. Pick up short of half forward. White's there, but goes to ground. Leaves it behind for Williams. And he rushes it out on centre wing, out of sight. The Melbourne fans packed in there under the Footscray coach's box. There's Mickey Malthouse in the blue shirt in the middle, offering instructions. The players can hear him from there too. Comes to Stretch. Up towards half forward. Kennedy, clever tap. Beautiful. To Ford. They're relayed free here. The umpire getting in and speaking to a Melbourne player, Bailey.
Free kick against Bailey. He offended against the player who was shepherding.
Foster takes the ball and kicks it towards Beasley. Intercepting was Yates. Yates, quick left foot kick. Oh, bad bounce for Healy. Beasley's done well. He's followed the play up the field. He gets the handball away. Kennedy overruns it. Chance now for Spalding. He can't break clear. Bailey out wide. Steins nearly kicked it off the field. Colin Here's Footscray through Hawkins. Hawkins out onto the famous Dougie Hawkins wing. Short pass finds McGuinness. And McGuinness, right on the sports play logo, decides to run it long and kick it 50 metres up towards half forward. Demon defence under pressure now. Royal again, held but he didn't have the ball. Free kick. And that's what you get when you get in after it. Brian Royal, the personification of the #1 rover in the VFL, 14th possession, and we are nearly 20 minutes into the second quarter.
This will test him, I think. Kicking from about 50-metre mark, maybe a little bit further than 50 metres when he has the kick.
Royal, good kick. Great ground through the centre. An inspirational goal from Choco Royal for the Bulldogs, and they lead by 13 points.
And it's a very handy goal at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. And he's been a real inspiration, Brian Royal. He's been into everything today. And, gee, I don't know where they'd be without him because he's just a fantastic player. Here's the free kick now. In the back to Brian Royal or holding the man, take your pick.
And his experience helped him get the free. Definitely made the most of it too. Steve Turner about to come back on for the Demons. Ball up in the middle, Purser. Off to Baxter. And away goes Baxter. Delivers a good pass. Beasley in the goal square. To the front. And that'll be a ball up.
No, Foster.
Off goes Steins. And back on comes Turner.
Ball up only 15, 20 metres out from the Footscray goal. Williams ran through, didn't take it. Coop did. Off to Spalding. The Demons temporarily out of trouble into the centre. Turner, who's only been on the ground 12.5 seconds. And Turner takes the mark in the centre for Melbourne. Plays on awkward kicking style, but he gathers good ground up towards half forward. Good punch away by Eccleston. He's done well on Flower. Bailey, Flower flips it over to Jackson. Jackson's got Newport in support. Off to Wilson. Wilson's handball finds Jackson. Chance for Melbourne. Jackson for goal. Offline. Williams takes it, but it may have been through. It was for a behind to Melbourne, and it's exactly 2 goals the difference. 6-4 plays 4-4. The Bulldogs lead.
I think Melbourne should have made more of this slight breeze in the second quarter. Footscray played very well and have retained possession on most occasions.
Hawkins loses sight of it. Socket forward for Melbourne and goes out of bounds in the forward pocket. Not quite the same urgency as the first quarter. That was hard to beat. We had fights, reports. Unfortunately, we had Gary Lyon carried off with a broken leg and a 2-point margin, 4 goals each to quarter time. Here's Greg Healy. Out to Stretch. From near the boundary line, what a kick! Melbourne's first goal for the quarter has come from deep in the bleachers.
Yes, that was an amazing goal by Stephen Stretch. Running towards the boundary line on the wrong side of the ground. And the goal umpire had a very good look at that one. An amazing goal.
Kennedy off. That's Rick Kennedy, the captain of Footscray. And he doesn't look injured.
He's been
Bounce back in the centre. Wallace again. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Mark taken by Foster. Plays on quickly. Kick around the corner. Beasley at the back. Melbourne defence. White. A quick kick out towards half back. Stretches a chance. Hawkins for Footscray. Keeps the ball in, or does he? No, he doesn't. And we'll have a boundary throw in. The play, half forward flank, out of side for Footscray. Some 70 to 80 metres away from their goal. Big punch away attempted by White. Foster there for Footscray. McGuinness, kick off the ground by Sharon. Goes over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in the identical same place as the previous boundary throw in.
Is that a tautology? Identical same? Foster tried to weave out of it. Williams has been a good player for Footscray. Hooking back in the Beasley direction. Thumped away from him. Further up the ground by Melbourne. They were all the runners. Sharon off the ground. Short of centre wing. Purser stays at the back after Baxter's thump away. Here's Peter Baxter. Socket forward for Melbourne. Fumbled by Cordy, but somehow he gets it across to Ford. Good kick to Beasley. Out positioned, almost to Hughes. Melbourne will be happy to see it out, but they haven't. Picked up by Collinuk. Hooked towards goal. It stayed in. White. What an athlete this boy is. Sensational football.
Great play by White. He's even deprived Footscray of a behind. Bailey at half-back kicks the ball into the centre. Flower can't mark. Wallace there for Footscray. Looping handball. Hawkins. In support, Darren Baxter. Poor kick by that player. Up towards half-forward. Unfavourable bounce. Picked up by Lovett. Lovett inboard. Dean gets past Royal. A little too easily for an experienced player in Royal, but there's that young fellow from Wanron. Greg Eccleston takes the mark at half-back for the Bulldogs. Plays on and kicks it out towards the wing, and the mark, a clever one taken by Stephen Newport for Melbourne.
Yes, it's Wanron Woodside against Murrumbina today, and Wanron's doing better. Good mark almost to Wilson, but he dropped it. Gets out the hand pass. Here's Robbie Flower. Disappointing in his 271st. Great tackle by Cronin. Flower loses it. Oh, brilliant by Wallace. Beautiful hand pass to Eccleston. Up to centre wing, all Melbourne. Turner drops what he should have taken. And now it'll be a baller.
Yeah, they messed that up, Melbourne.
No talk there, was there? The two Melbourne players are fighting each other for it.
Centre wing. Royal again. This time his kick over the line on the full. Well, one wonders whether that goes down in the stats as an effective kick. He gained 45 metres, but it'll certainly go back over the top of where he kicked it from. Sean White, half-forward flank. Great punch away by Purser. Chance now for Spalding. Good kick around the corner. Clean bowls all players except Dean. Well gathered. Left foot pass. Goes past Williams. Cronin's under pressure. Good shepherding by McLean. Gives Cronin a little bit of space. Out wide. A little too wide maybe for Dougie Hawkins, and he takes it over and will have a throw in 60 metres around from the Melbourne goal. The scoreboard, Footscray 6-4. Melbourne 5-4. And it's a tight game at the Western Oval. Viney can't get clear. Greg Healy can. Good pass. He looks inboard for Newport. Chance there for Wilson. Siren sounds. There's a free kick being picked out right on the siren. It'll go to Wilson by the look of it. And he just may be able to score. He's 50 metres out. And Brian Wilson, not a bad kick of the football.
Oh, he is a good kick. And as we've mentioned before, there is a slight breeze favouring this kick. He'll be kicking from about 55 metres out. It looks like he's going to favour the torpedo.
This to level the scores.
No.
He hasn't made it. He tried for too much.
Never looked like it.
So at half-time, Footscray leads 6-4-40 to Melbourne 5-4-34. And in that quarter, Melbourne had the win but kicked 1 goal 4 to Footscray 2 goals 2. Not so much a win, but a breeze. For Footscray, their goal kickers have all been singles to Williams, McGuinness, McPherson, Peter Foster, Royal and Collinuk. And for Melbourne, Warren Dean kicked 2 in the first quarter, and Lyon, Stretch and Steins have kicked 1 each. Just 6 points in it. Both teams playing for a place in the finals in a crackerjack game at the Western Oval.
We'll return to the VFL Sports Centre in just a moment with a review of the news that made the headlines this week in the VFL.
This cannon and it's out, what you can do without, with one touch instant editing. Two-color copying's a breeze, Canon copy sure to please. Just one touch to spice up charts or anything. I wonder, did you know you can copy twice the info with Canon double-sided copying? 'Cause Canon's taking care of business.
When you sell the world's most prestigious cars, it's easy for people to think that's all you do. However, for many years, Jupiter Motors have been quietly building their reputation as motor vehicle dealers.
We pride ourselves on running an A1 service department with a staff of fully qualified and experienced mechanics.
For a deal on what we consider are the Riverina's best used cars, call and see us today at Jupiter Motors.
To sell the world's best products, you have to be pretty good to start with. Crazy Gems announces the grand opening of his new garden centre in Pearson Street, Wagga. Make sure you're at the official opening this Saturday, the 29th at 10:30 a.m. As well as their fantastic range of hardware, Crazy Gems now stocks all nursery lines including ferns, pots, caneware, native trees and shrubs, seedlings, outdoor furniture and indoor plants. So be at Crazy Gems on the corner of Pearson and By Streets for the grand opening sale this weekend. O'Connor's Suit Hire and Maria's Millinery and Bridal Centre are your complete bridal hire centres. O'Connor's have on hand a large range of suits, tails and accessories for hire, and personalised service for all fittings is guaranteed. Maria's specialise in the retail and hire of bridal and deb gowns, exclusive millinery and veils, and stock a full range of accessories. For your complete bridal outfits, contact O'Connor's Suit Hire and Maria's Millinery and Bridal Centre, Forsyth Street, Wagga.
Screen great Katharine Hepburn. She's made many tough decisions in her career, but none as final as this.
If I have become a totally useless object, I should be allowed to die.
Giuseppe!
$4 million worth of drugs, grown with official protection.
Stop, please!
A remarkable police sting that went terribly wrong.
60 Minutes, 7:30 Sunday.
Round 21 resulted in 10 players appearing before the tribunal over 3 days of sittings. Suspended as a result of Melbourne duo Steve O'Dwyer and Rod Grinter, along with cat skipper Damien Burke. Umpire Ian Robinson this week becomes the first man in white to officiate in 350 games. Sydney Vice-Captain Mark Browning will lead the Swans when he brings up his 250th senior appearance. Roger Merritt and Peter Russo both reached their 150th outing this weekend, while Hawk Chris Langford compiles his century in the same game against Geelong. Star full forward Tony Lockett has signed a contract that will see the young star remain a Saint for at least the next 3 seasons, and the club is also negotiating with 9 other top Saints with contracts reputed to be within the vicinity of $2 million. Speedo, the best-known name in Australian competitive swimwear, will sponsor the 1987 Finals Series. The sponsorship, announced this week by Speedo and the VFL, gives Speedo the naming rights to the finals, and the grand final will be the Speedo VFL Grand Final. Former Footscray and Sydney player Barry Round has won the VFA's Best and Fairest trophy, the J.J. Liston Medal, at 37 years of age. Round, who won the Brownlow Medal in 1981 in a tie with Bernie Quinlan, now plays with Williamstown. The VFL has charged Tiger Neil Peart over an incident in the Richmond-Sydney reserve grade match at the SCG on July 31. Swan Tony Smith lodged a complaint against Peart and is believed to be the first VFL player to lodge a complaint against an opponent. The West Coast Eagles have been fined by the VFL on charges of poaching players Buckenara and Harding. The fine of $60,000 was considered fair by the Eagles administration. Richmond finished 1987 with 2 losses on Friday. The Brisbane Bears outclassed the Tigers to make sure the Wooden Spoons stayed in Victoria, and Tiger coach Tony Jewell announced before the game that he'd had enough and would not coach Richmond in 1988. And part of the news next week will be who the new coach of Tigerland will be for the 1988 season. A lot of people saying Kevin Bartlett. There's also a bit of a rumour around that John Todd from Western Australia could be interested. OK, let's take a look at the scores from the other grounds now at half-time in this very vital round of football. Geelong 6-12-48, lead Hawthorn 6-6-42. That will send a shockwave of horror around the Western Oval at the moment. Carlton 5-6-36 to North Melbourne, 8-4-52. That will send a shockwave of horror around Princes Park. And Fitzroy 12-6-78 will be worrying Sydney, no doubt, 10-10-70. Some very interesting scores and a very interesting round of football. Let's take a look at the games to be decided tomorrow. West Coast Eagles play St Kilda from Subiaco Oval. That game commencing at 2:15 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time, and Essendon and Collingwood from the MCG. That match commences at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. In tomorrow's game, well, Barry, there's a cat among the pigeons a little bit in the scores from the other grounds at half-time.
None of them are going the way they're supposed to.
It's not working out at all.
Not for Footscray or Melbourne anyway, at this stage. So it's going to be a great second half to a great round.
Well, just reiterating, of course, if Geelong beat Hawthorn, Geelong stay in the 5.
Yeah, well, as we said before, I think Geelong in full flight would probably do better than either Footscray or Melbourne in the final series, so maybe that might be better if Geelong do beat Hawthorn.
All right, well, we'll find out about 5 o'clock this afternoon. We'll keep you posted throughout the afternoon. Take a break. Back with you in just a moment. Football or an international tennis career? That was the decision facing Melbourne's Todd Viney, and we'll find out more when we return to the VFL Match of the Day.
Dalson's are the builder's supermarket with roof trusses and wall frames, ACI pink bats, gyprock plasterboard, Corinthian doors, particle board and flooring. They stock concrete reinforcing, cement and lime, Meranti moulding, cypress pine, pine framing, pine lining boards and western red cedar. Dalson's in Dobney Avenue, Wagga. Dulux Australia Paints in Thompson Street, Wagga supply premium products from the Premium Company. Their extensive range includes a wide choice of colours and finishes for interior and exterior applications. Their professional advice can be relied on. Dulux have been colouring Australia for years. Dulux Australia, see them in Thompson Street, Wagga. Finnemore's in Travis Street, Wagga supply a large range of Austral and Clifton building bricks at competitive prices. Call in and see their fashion brick display open 7 days a week. Finnemore's, serving Wagga and the Riverina with bricks for all applications. At the Transport Depot, Travers Street, Wagga.
We're about to ask opposition dealers why Mitsubishi Magna is stealing all the limelight. Excuse me, sir, how does Camry's engine compare with Magna's 2.6 litre?
Well, it's a bit small.
Small, you say, and rear space?
Well, it's got a bit...
Smaller again, you say. Yes, and now you, sir. Regarding head, leg and shoulder room, which car has the greatest space, Commodore or Magna?
Well, I'm not...
Magna, you say. Magna. And luggage capacity?
Well, I'm...
Magna again, you say. The opposition obviously can't match the versatility of Magna. Test drive today. Your Mitsubishi dealer's got nothing to hide.
Your local Mitsubishi dealers are S&G Chambers, Cootamundra, McKinnon Motors Harden, O'Brien Motors Gundagai, Thomas Brothers Mitsubishi Wagga, Parktown Autos Tulip and Baker Mitsubishi Albury.
The story of the Frog Prince is one of the best and most famous of all fairy tales. Boys and girls are fascinated by the story of the frog who really wasn't a frog at all. He was really a prince who'd been turned into a frog by a wicked witch. His only hope of ever becoming a prince again was if a princess kissed him, and one day she did. The story is more than just a nice tale for children. It has a serious moral meaning intended for adults, and it reminds us of what Jesus did for us when he died on the cross. That was the great kiss of God's love that can liberate people all over Australia from the devil's spell. Wouldn't you like to be free? You can. Why not ask Jesus to be your saviour and liberator right now?
1987 has been one in which several former South Australian players have had considerable success in VFL ranks. Amongst those is Todd Viney, who was recruited from Sturt last year to join the Melbourne Football Club for the 1987 season. Viney was an outstanding junior tennis player. At one stage of his career, he was ranked #2 in the country. Viney gave up the lucrative tennis circuit to come back and play Australian rules football.
I enjoyed my experiences with tennis and travelling around, and the glamour of it. I guess when I was a young fellow, it always seemed too good to be true, travelling overseas at the age of 13, 14 and missing school and so forth. But it just got to the stage where I just found out that I really didn't like the travelling around, living out of a suitcase after having done it for 3 or 4 years. And it was just purely that reason that I didn't like the lifestyle of the whole thing, and I thought if I was going to be unhappy doing the travelling and living out of a suitcase, well, there's not much future as a tennis career, because that's all they do.
Well, to be 13 or 14, you must have to have some sort of mental toughness to be able to do that sort of thing at that age.
Yeah, it's a great game for building up your mental toughness, and I think it's helped me with my football that at a very young age, it's one-on-one situation continually. You're travelling interstate, overseas, pitting yourself against the best from interstate and overseas, and it really does make you mentally tough, and it's just a process that you have to go through.
Now, legend has it, of course, that you're a Boris Becker beater.
Yeah, well, that's a few years ago now. I hate to face the big serve now, but yeah, a long time ago there.
Well, does it make you think that perhaps if you'd continued on with the tennis, that you may have been that highly ranked in the world?
Well, it's hard to say. I guess confidently inside, I feel that I could have gone on with it. I thought I had enough talent and potential to do that, but you look at a guy like Mark Kratzmann, who I was ranked #2 in Australia in the juniors. He'd beaten Boris Becker in the US Juniors and Wimbledon Juniors and was beating him regularly. Mark Kratzmann has sort of gone on, but hasn't kicked on to the top 10 in the world. Mark Kratzmann's ranked about around the 100 mark. So it's just one of those things you can't really gauge until unless you did it.
So you didn't really give up tennis to play football, you just gave up tennis and football happened.
Yeah, well, I gave up football at the age of 13 or 14 to concentrate on tennis full-time. At that time, that was the thing that you had to give up and become a tennis robot. These days, things have changed a little bit, but yeah, I gave up at 14 and concentrated on tennis. That got to the stage where I decided I didn't want to play. I thought I had to go home and concentrate on getting a job first. All of a sudden, at the age of 18, I hadn't really thought about a career in anything else but tennis. Main concern was to get a job and be involved in sport, because I enjoy all sports. Football was a love at a junior age, so it just sort of came along from there.
Like any family, the Robinsons have their ups and downs, and right now,